Let's get started in Samastitihi, so standing at attention. Come to the top of your mat. Draw your hands together at heart center. And you can flutter your eyes closed or just soften your gaze to the tip of your nose. Bring your attention to your breath. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. Then a nice loud open mouth exhale, sigh your air out. Take another deep breath in just like that. Feel length in your spine. This time seal your lips to the top and exhale back out your nose. Continue breathing here like this. Count the length of your inhales and then match that amount of time with your exhales. Be mindful of your connection with the earth and your feet. Pull the ball mounds of your feet toward your heels to lift up your inner arches. And pull your kneecaps up to engage your quads. Take one more deep breath in. Another strong breath back out your nose. Flutter your eyes open, drop your arms down to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up overhead and interlace your fingers. Release your pointer fingers and your thumbs so that you're pointing up toward your ceiling or the sky. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Press your hips to the left and point your fingers over to the right side of your space, opening up through your left rib cage. Inhale, mountain pose. Return to center, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch to the left. Press your hips to the right, ground down to the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale, mountain pose. Return back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to the ground. Now from here, you can either keep your feet together or walk your feet to the edges of your mat for ragdoll pose. Drape your torso over your thighs. Bring a really generous bend to your knees here. Option to grab for opposite elbows and sway side to side. You separated your feet, toe wheel your feet back together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or your thighs and flatten out your spine. Shift your weight into the ball mounds of your feet and then pull your shoulder blades up and then down your back. Take a breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back, stack your shoulders over wrists and hips over, and heels over toes rather. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop down to your knees for a tabletop position. Stack your hips over your knees. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down to the ground. Lift your gaze to the wall in front of you. Exhale, cat pose. Curl your spine up. Gaze between your thighs. One more. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze. Exhale, cat pose. Curl your spine up. Press the ground away. Return back to a neutral tabletop. Step your feet back to a high plank. Snap your belly button up into your spine to engage your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, low plank, lower down halfway. Always the option to take this on your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip to the tops of your feet. Shine your chest forward and pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath back out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up overhead, pinkies inward. Exhale, Samastitihi. Drop your hands together at your heart. Send your arms down to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Nice strong breath as you lower down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can always skip these if you choose. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step up to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, neutralize your spine. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, mountain pose. Extend your arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, Savasitihi, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows tight in toward your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, press your palms forward and lift your tailbone up at the same time. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Flex your right toes down to the ground and squeeze your right butt cheek. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior two. Blossom your hips open to the left side and gaze over your right fingertips. So you can take a minute to sink into this position here. Bend into your right knee and point your right toes directly forward. And then your back foot should be about parallel with the short end of your mat. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips, really strong fingers reaching in opposite directions. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, hinge forward and then down. Press your hips to the back of your space, feeling this nice opening in your right inner thigh and your groin. Doing a lot of stretching of your inner thighs today. Extend your left arm really high up toward the ceiling. Now from here, keep your front leg straight. Inhale, high triangle. Press your palms together over your head. This is a new one. I don't think we've ever done this one. It's just like triangle feet. So your right toes point forward, left toes are, or left foot is parallel with the back end of your mat, and arms are overhead. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your space. Bend into your left leg. Come up onto your right heel and point your right toes up toward the ceiling. You can keep your palms together at heart center, or you can tense your fingers on the ground for more support. So really accentuating this stretch in your right inner thigh. Your back heel might plant on the ground. It might lift. That's totally fine. Now from here, curl your palms toward the middle of your space for a wide leg forward fold. So inhale. It's like a halfway lift in your spine, so your back is flat, parallel with the floor. Toes are pointing the wall that you're facing. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. Crawl your palms to the back of your space and bend into your left knee this time. So we'll take this flow again, flowing the other direction. Inhale, warrior two, blossom open. So this time your left knee is bent and your right foot is parallel with the short end of your mat. Gaze over your left fingertips. You're looking toward the back of your space this time. Now inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Hinge forward and then down, reaching your right arm up toward the ceiling. Left arm down toward your left shin. Engage your side bodies. Think more about the lift up in your top hand than dumping down into your bottom. Inhale, high triangle. Press your palms together over your head, but keep your feet the same as they just were. You can gaze up toward your fingertips. Take a breath in. Exhale, deep lunge to the front of your mat this time, bending into your right knee. Come up onto your left heel and point your left toes up toward the ceiling. You can tense your fingers on the ground or press them together at heart center, feeling this nice deep stretch on your inner left thigh. Now inhale, halfway lift with a wide leg stance. So tense your fingers in the middle of your space and flatten your back so it's parallel with the ground. One more breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your space. Bend into your right knee. Frame your right foot with your palms. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your right leg high behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your right foot. Now we'll take this same movement on the left side. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Flex your left toes down to the ground. Squeeze your left glute. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior two. Blossom your hips open. Bend into your left knee. Gaze over your left fingertips. So your hips will be open here. Press your front knee to the outer edge of your front foot and then press weight to the knife edge of your back foot as well. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Hinge forward and then down. Press your hips to the back of your space. You should feel a nice intense stretch on your inner left thigh. Inhale, high triangle. Keep your front leg straight. Press your palms together over your head. Good, so your feet stay in the same position as triangle, but you're gazing up toward your palms now. Take a breath in. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your space. Bend into your right knee and come up onto your left heel. And you can tense your fingers on the ground or keep them together at heart center. Engage your left quad. If you engage your left quad, that will lengthen your left hamstring. So feeling a nice stretch in your left hamstring and in your inner left thigh as well. Now inhale, halfway lift. Crawl your palms to the middle of your space. So it's a nice wide leg halfway lift here. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. Bend into your right knee, freeing your right foot with your palms. Now we'll take that back the other way around. Inhale, warrior two. Blossom open, bend into your right knee, so your back knee. Good. Inhale, straighten your back leg. Exhale, triangle pose, hinge forward and down. So your right hand will reach down toward your right shin, left hand up toward the ceiling. Inhale, high triangle. Press your palms together over your head, but keep your feet as they just were. Exhale, deep lunge to the front of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Come up onto your right heel and point your right toes up toward the ceiling. Feeling this nice stretch on your inner thigh and your hamstring. Now inhale, halfway lift with a wide leg stance. Tense your fingers on the ground. Parallel your spine with the floor. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your space. Bring your left foot with your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your left leg up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your left foot. All right, so we'll flow through this whole thing one more time, linking breath to movement. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral your back foot down. Gaze over your right hand. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your right leg. Extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Inhale, high triangle. Lift your torso up. Press your palms together over your head. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your space. Bend into your left knee. Come up onto your right heel. Inhale, wide leg halfway lift. Curl your palms to the middle and flatten out your spine. Exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Frame your left foot with your palms. Taking it back, inhale, warrior two. Blossom open. Spiral your right foot down. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your left leg and then hinge forward and down. Right arm up toward the ceiling. Inhale, high triangle. Lift your torso up, palms together over your head. Exhale, deep lunge to the front of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Point your left toes up toward the ceiling. Inhale, wide leg halfway lift. Crawl to the middle of your space. Flatten out your back. Exhale, low lunge. Crawl your palms forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Shoot your right leg up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your right foot. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Blossom open, bending into your left knee. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. Hinge forward and then down. Right arm up toward the ceiling. Inhale, high triangle. Palms together over your head. Gazing up. Exhale, deep lunge to the back of your space. Bend into your right knee. Come up onto your left heel. Inhale, wide leg, halfway lift. Come to the middle of your space, flatten out your back so it's parallel with the floor. Exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat, bending into your right knee. Taking it back, inhale, warrior two, blossom open. Keep the bend in your right knee, so back knee, yeah, there you go. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten your right leg. Lift your left arm up toward the ceiling. Inhale, high triangle, palms together over your head, gaze up. Exhale, deep lunge to the front of your mat, bend into your left knee, come up onto your right heel. Inhale, wide leg, halfway lift, fingers to the floor, back flat. Exhale, low lunge, crawl your palms forward, frame your left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick your left heel high, squeeze your left glute. Exhale, downward facing dog, drop your left foot. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out, compress your chest as close to your thighs as you can. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms and drop your left knee down to the ground. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms up overhead and breathe here a moment. You can interlace your hands around your front thigh and very gently rock forward and back. Or you can keep your arms overhead or maybe at your waist, whatever you'd like. We'll just be here for a couple breaths today, so sink into this however you choose. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms back up. Exhale, half split, straighten your right leg, come up onto your right heel and tense your fingers next to your right shin. So your left hip should be stacking over your left knee. So if you're going really far back, maybe move your right foot forward a little bit. Really accentuate this stretch in your right hamstring by engaging your right quad. So pull your right kneecap up into your quad. You'll feel some more length on the back of your right leg. Begin to shift your weight back forward. Inhale, crescent moon, arms up. Exhale, goalpost your arms, easy back bend. Lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Feel this nice stretch along your left hip flexors. Inhale, crescent moon, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Take this on the other side. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms and drop your right knee down to your mat. Inhale, crescent moon, arms up overhead. Breathe here. Sink into this however you choose. You can interlace your hand around your front thigh. If you're adding some movement to this, make sure it's nice and gentle. You don't want to move too fast and pull any muscles. So nice, slow movements here. Now inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms back up. Exhale, half split. Straighten your left leg, come up onto your left heel. Stack your right hip over your right knee. Nice flat back. Let this hinge come from your hips. So avoid too much rounding in your spine. You want to feel the stretch in your left hamstring. Really nice neutral spine. That will help you. Begin to shift your weight back forward. Inhale, crescent moon, arms up overhead. Exhale, easy back bend. Goalpost your arms. Lift your heart up toward the ceiling. Feel the stretch in your right hip flexors. Inhale, crescent moon, arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Strong breath out. Lengthen your spine. Lift your tailbone up. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up overhead, pinkies in. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. So from here, I thought we'd play around with some different balances. You can take tree pose if you want to work on tree pose, pressing your right foot into your inner left thigh or calf. If you want to work on something a little different, we'll take extended hand to big toe pose today. So for this setup, inhale, lift your right knee up in line with your right hip, and then extend your arms over your head. You can stay here if you choose, just working on balance here. If you want to move on and take it a little bit further, level 2 would be to take your left hand to your left hip and grab for your big toe with your peace sign fingers of your right hand. And then once you have your toe in your hand, you can stay here if you want. Or you can press your right heel in front of you, keeping your leg nice and straight, and then nice straight spine. This requires a lot of hamstring flexibility. So a great modification is just to keep your leg lifted and maybe grab for your knee instead. But if you have your big toes, you can stay here. We've done a lot of groin stretching, so if you're ready for it, we'll take extended hand to big toe pose. Slowly move your right leg out toward your right side, and then gaze over your left shoulder. Continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly bring your leg back to center. And then wherever you're at, come back to Samastitihi. Drop your right foot down to the ground. All right, so we'll take the same variation on the left side. If you took tree pose, you can totally take that. Ground down through your right foot and lift the sole of your left foot on your inner right calf or inner right thigh. If you want to take something a little different today, inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your left knee in line with your left hip and then arms overhead. Squeeze your right butt cheek to create a nice solid foundation. You can stay here if you'd like. If you'd like to move on, place your right hand on your right hip and take your peace sign fingers of your left hand, grabbing for your left big toe. You can stay right here again. If you want to move on, press your left heel forward, straightening your left leg. This is super hard balancing posture, so if you're falling all over the place, that's totally fine. You can stay right here if you'd like. If you'd like to move on, slowly begin to extend your left leg out to the left side. Good job, Sam, look at you. Keep your right leg nice and straight. And then option to gaze over your right shoulder as well. Wherever you're at, one more breath in. One more breath out. Now slowly come back to center. Wherever you're at, we'll meet in Samastitihi. Drop your left leg down to the floor and press your palms together at your heart. All right, good job. Inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your spine. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten your arms, slip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank. Stack your shoulders over wrists, heels over toes. Now slowly with control, lower all the way down to your belly. Once you're down on your belly, untuck your toes. Keep your hands where they're at. Cricket your elbows up to the ceiling. Inhale, baby cobra. Gently lift your chest and keep your hands on the ground. You can even lift your hands up a little bit if you want. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. One more breath in, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, slowly lower down. Lower your left cheek down to the ground and extend your arms down by your sides. Take a little mini Shavasana here, a couple breaths to reset. Return your chin to center. Keep your arms down by your sides, but press your palms down into the earth. So your thumbs will be kind of pointing out to the outer sides of your mat, and your pinkies will be in toward your sides. So your palms are down on the ground. From here, we'll take locust. In this variation, you'll lift your chest and your legs, but keep your palms on the ground. So inhale, locust pose. Lift your chest and your legs, but press your palms down into the ground by your sides. Pull your feet together and your inner thighs together. Take one more breath in, lift a little higher. Exhale, slowly lower down. Lower your right cheek down to the ground and relax your arms by your sides. Feel your heart beating against your mat. Return your chin to center. Press into your palms. Press up to standing on your knees. And then switch over onto your butt. We'll take seated forward fold. Extend your legs out in front of you, toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Remove any flesh from underneath your sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, seated forward fold. Hinge your torso forward and grab for whatever's accessible, whether that be your shins or the outer edges of your feet. Whenever we do back bends like cobra or locust, it's great to do a forward bend to counter the back bending. So that's why we always do some sort of forward bend. Your next inhale, slowly rise back up. You can cross your ankles, come to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under and exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, kick your right heel high. Exhale, half pigeon on the right. Draw your right knee toward your right wrist and plant your shin on your mat. Flex your right toes toward the wall in front of you. You can stay upright here, or if you want, you can hinge your torso down toward your mat for sleeping pigeon. If you're hinging down, rest your forehead either on your hands or on your mat or a block or something. Use your breath here to let your body sink into this deep hip opener. Tend to hold a lot of tension in our hips. So on your exhales, see if you can just release that tension and feel how your body just sinks into this pose a little bit more. If you're in sleeping pigeon, press back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes under. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your right leg back. Option to take a counter stretch, maybe bending your right knee and opening up your hip. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, half pigeon on the left. Draw your left knee toward your left wrist and your left ankle toward your right wrist. It's okay if your shin isn't parallel with the top of your mat. Just so long as you're flexing your left toes in front of you to protect your joints. And your right leg's extended straight back behind you. You can stay upright or you can hinge down to sleeping pigeon if you'd like, resting your forehead either on your hands or on the mat. If you're in sleeping pigeon, press back up onto your palms, tuck your toes under, and exhale, downward facing dog. Option again for a counter stretch, maybe bending your knee and opening up your hip. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come through to a seat. Flip over onto your back. Press the soles of your feet into the ground and recline all the way down to your back. Extend your left leg long and pull your right knee up into your right armpit. Inhale, squeeze your right knee in. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your right leg over to the left side of your mat and then tee out or goalpost your arms. Option to drop your gaze over your right shoulder. Return your legs to center. Pull your left knee up into your left armpit and then extend your right leg long out in front of you. Inhale, squeeze your left knee up. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your left leg over toward the right side of your mat. Stack your hips on top of one another and then tee out or goalpost your arms. Option to drop your gaze over your left shoulder if your neck allows it. It's okay if your left leg doesn't hit the ground, just so long as both shoulder blades stay planted into the ground. Slowly return to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Pull your forehead up to your knees and squeeze everything together as tight as you can. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. Let your body fall into whatever position it pleases here. Starting from your toes. Relax any tension in your feet, your ankles. Draw your attention up your legs. Release any tightness in your legs and into your hips. Release the tension in your abs. Feel your belly rise and fall with the natural rhythm of your breath. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let your hands fall wherever they'd like, up or down. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And relax the muscles in your forehead. So allow your body another minute of rest. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. I'd like to be guided out. Begin to bring small movements to your fingers and your toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead. Point your toes. Draw your knees into your chest, then rock onto whichever side favors you for fetal pose, using your bicep as a pillow. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Find a comfortable seat, nice straight spine. You can place your hands on your knees, in your lap, or at a heart center. We'll finish with a breath together. Exhale out any stale air in your lungs. Take a nice deep full breath in. Feel your belly expand, your chest expand. Then hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh your air out, nice and strong. Lift your thumbs to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Bow forward. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks, Emily.
Good job, Sam. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was a really fun one.
Yeah, that was good.
Good.
I enjoyed it.